do one of these. All right, probably should shut this one out. Can you read my mind? All right, hey guys, Shimmy, I'm back. Yes, it has been 4 months or something like that, something insane, since I was really uploading on this channel in any kind of regular way. My bad, obviously, but also it's like, you know, what do I owe you? It's a real aggressive way to start. I don't owe you anything, all right? Though I do appreciate you subscribing if you have done that. If you haven't, why are you even here if you're not gonna support me, okay? Unless you wanna leave a comment, because that also counts. And obviously the view counts too, but not as much as a subscription and also a like and also a comment. So unless you are doing those things, what are you doing here? I wanted this video to be just a reflection on the things I've learned after 3 years of doing YouTube videos in some kind of regular way. Also, I'm facing a window and obviously things are happening. So I'm gonna really try to focus on just you and I, just what we're doing here right now. I think I'm gonna name this video, I know why YouTubers quit now, because that's kind of what I have learned after doing this for 3 years, is that unless you are driven to desperation because you need to make this, because like you need to pay bills, like you need to make this your full-time job to pay the bills, there's no reason to do this. There's no reason to make YouTube videos regularly. First off, the most important reason is because it's largely thankless. Like the percentage of folks who are gonna really become very successful off YouTube compared to the large majority of people who create videos is super duper small. It's like becoming like a pro athlete or something. So it doesn't make sense to just do it if you want to become successful in that way. It's obviously possible, it just takes a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. But I think the fundamental reason why I know I have kind of struggled is that the incentives don't really make sense. You know, so the reason why I started my channel is because I like creating stuff. I like making stuff. I get really excited. I love the sound of my own voice. I think I'm cute. I like seeing myself on camera. I like editing. I like art, like all that great stuff. And I genuinely think I have interesting, cool, fun things to say, interesting ways of looking at the world, cool ideas for art, things that people would get value from, you know, if they watch my videos. So I was like, this is a win-win scenario. I do something I like and hopefully adds value to the world. Y'all watch the videos, get value from it, and on the side, I get direct income from Google Ads and from various referral programs. You know, we all win, all of us win. And what I found is that in the process of creating content, what you realize is that, you know, if you're rewarded with views and with likes, you're gonna do the stuff that gets you the views and likes. I think it's human nature to go after what you're rewarded. It's like the whole Pavlov response. Like, if I ring a bell and I get some, if you ring a bell and I get some money, then, you know, I'm gonna want you to keep ringing that bell. And anything I can do, I don't like this metaphor anymore. I'm gonna move on from it. The point is that your incentives get perverted. And so instead of creating content that is truly just for you, and obviously so many folks still do this, so if y'all are one of them folks, good for you, congratulations. But instead of only doing that and specifically caring about that, you end up creating more content that you know is gonna get you more subscribers, more views, more likes, more shares, more engagement, and the stuff that you might really care about that gets no attention, no one cares but you. No one cares but you and like 9 other people. I have videos. I think I have a video that literally has like 15 views. Like some people sometimes the things you care about, you are alone in caring about that. And that's okay. That's okay. But if you're creating in a system that says we're not gonna reward you, even though you yourself are personally rewarded, it starts to make you not emphasize creating that kind of content anymore, which is sad, you know? Another thing too is around, just in terms of my personal life, so creating videos is very great if you don't have a social life, which I would say in general I have not really had for most of my life. Like, I've always very much valued my solitude. I've very much valued my Netflix lifestyle. I very much valued watching movies. I genuinely love thinking about how does this world work and what can the stories we tell ourselves and each other inform me about this world that I live in. I find that stuff genuinely very fascinating, and as a result, I don't prioritize constantly going out. And so when I did remote year and just did all this great travel, it reinforced that actually, the point of life, it's just great people, y'all. It's just community. It's just love. It's just like being with other people, giving love, getting it back in return, creating amazing memories. Like that's what we're doing here. That's the point. And creating videos in the way I had been making them was a very, very solitary process. It's a very individual process. Everything from doing the recording and the setup myself to doing the editing, which takes hours and hours myself. Those are hours and hours that I could be spent having amazing human interactions and engagements and conversations and all these beautiful things that make life worth living. And instead, I'm inside editing, creating something. And obviously, like, the video that results is something that hopefully is really impacting people and really adding value. And I do think a number of the videos I've made have done that for folks, and I'm really glad for that. And also, as a result of me having this platform and having grown it to what I've been able to grow it to, it's given me opportunities to do more cool stuff. So I am very grateful for that as well. But just when it gets down to the simpleness of it, I could be making a video or I could be talking to a friend, you know? And the videos I've really enjoyed making are the ones that combine those two. And it could just be that that's the type of content I need to create more. But when you're looking at an experience through the lens of being a content creator, it makes the experience less good, fundamentally, because you're not present. You're thinking, oh, what about this angle? What about this shot? Oh, let me capture this, let me capture that. And it's weird because it's the stuff that you record that you actually remember better because you have it to refer back to. And it's all the stuff that you don't record that kind of gets lost to the haze of time or whatever. So it is weird that that's how it works out. But the reality is that if I'm in a moment and I'm thinking about, oh, I'm going to turn this into a video, the moment is less good. The two other things I want to talk about in terms of creating content too, one is around the amount of work it takes and the high quality, let me see how I want to phrase that. Another reality about creating content for YouTube is that it is going to live forever as far as, you know, the internet is. Obviously, like, nothing lasts forever. So you want it to look good. You want it to be good. You want to look cute when you create it. You want the audio to be good, the video to be good. You want it to be a high quality production, and that takes work. And so when you are engaging in something that you think would make great content, you have to think about all the other hours of work you're going to have to spend to realize that thing. One of the things I love doing is like watching movies and TV and like recording my reactions to it and like having it be a communal thing as I watch the show. And I do that a lot on my Instagram. Shout out to Instagram, aka follow me on Instagram if you want, honestly, like who cares. And it's so easy and it's so quick. And the production value, as you can imagine, is zero because I'm in the dark, my hair ain't done, glasses, face crusty. Like, this doesn't matter because I'm just talking to the handful of people who care what I have to say, right? And it's super fun, it's super easy, and I know it's the kind of thing that I think would do well on YouTube, but I don't want to do all that work, and so I don't. And so months go by with no videos. But I think ultimately, like the biggest thing that kind of kept me from making YouTube videos is that I couldn't pinpoint my why anymore. The why of growing my channel no longer spoke to me. And I think it's because in a channel that's, you know, your face and your life and your ideas and your style, like you basically, you're really genuinely putting yourself out there into an internet that is truly a cesspool, like truly just the worst of us is on YouTube. And all the ways that we already know, right? We already know social media is toxic. We already know we're just trying to put on our best versions of ourselves. We all know it's a lie. And we still can't help but to be a part of it and to engage with it and to compare yourself to it. It's just poison. It's poison. And unfortunately, like when you put yourself out in a public way, you're also opening yourself up in a very vulnerable way to people who do not know about you and do not care about you and will not think twice about saying some wild stuff to you in the comments. Like, I read this article or this blog, I guess, by this guy, Tim Ferriss. It's all about kind of the pitfalls of fame. And I always knew fame was trash. It really does seem like a nightmare. But he really kind of spelled it out with specific examples from his life. So he talked about, like, he had readers who would like send him messages like, hey, if you don't like respond to me, I'm gonna kill myself. Or would, you know, reach out to his family and friends and harass them. Or he would go on flights and people would be out here checking the, you know, the list of folks flying. And if there was someone of note, they would try to like kidnap you. He told a story about how, because he always flies with a fake name now because of that. He once flew with a fake name. He had a service that was supposed to come pick him up, and there was someone waiting for him in the airport with his real name. And he realized, wait a minute, and he like pretended to like make a phone call so he could get his actual person. But it's like the level of danger that just goes up higher and higher the more successful you get. It's insane, and arguably it's pointless. For what? Like why would you subject yourself to that? He has a line in his article that's like, if you think you want to be rich and famous, just try being rich first and see if that doesn't like solve most of your problems. Because I do think that the benefits of having a higher profile are genuinely not that great compared to the pitfalls that come with it. And so if I no longer want to have higher visibility with this YouTube channel, then what is the point of doing it? Especially if I've only been making content up to this point that is tailored towards getting views and getting subscribers, you know? And also, realistically, I feel like when you're on YouTube, you know, it's very difficult to be your genuine, authentic self because you're watching yourself being watched, right? And you can't actually be fully authentic. Part of it, for me anyway, comes from, you know, if I'm being a certain version of myself on the internet, people are reacting to a certain version, and so I can keep that kind of separation. But if I'm being my true, authentic, soul-bearing self on the internet, and somebody is like, you suck, it's like, dang, like, my feelings, that hurts. And why would I voluntarily hurt my feelings on the internet? For what? A couple of ad dollars? No. It is nice having like checking your bank statements and seeing that Google has dropped some money into your account, because that is how it should go. Let's be real, we're like creating value for these companies. So that is nice, I gotta say. But for what? For what? Money is not my God, y'all. Money is not my God. So yeah, that's kind of what I've come to after being on YouTube for this long. And I have so much greater understanding for, why folks do it for a little bit, get super excited, and then just burn out and never come back. But I also understand why people come on back after a few months. They're like, oh, hey, y'all, what's up? It's me. Because the reason why we do it never leaves us. And it's a reason to express ourselves and to be seen for our real selves and be welcomed as our real selves and to have community around that. And it is still something I want, and of course I'm going to keep creating videos because it's fun. Like, it's just fun to do it. And I think the way I'm just going to shift my approach is that it's no longer going to be about growing subscribers. They'll obviously subscribe if you want, appreciate it, but it's really just going to be about creating stuff that makes me happy. And it's kind of like, I don't know about y'all, but I look at my own Instagram more than I look at anyone else's Instagram. Like, it truly is like a diary for myself that I let other people see. And in the same way, I think I'm just going to turn this YouTube channel into this public, curation, log, diary of here's what was going on in my life in all these different years. And it'll just be something I can look back on when I'm old. Like, oh, you were so cute. I'm so confident I'm going to be a hot old person, but also I will look back at slightly younger me and be like, dang, she was pretty. She was pretty. It's wild she was single. Huh? How? With that face? And the skin? And the heights? And the body? How is she single? Don't make no sense. Doesn't make no sense, y'all. I could easily spend 10 minutes talking about how great I am through the lens of it is insane that I do not have a romantic partner. But I'm gonna spare you from it, unless you want that. Comment below. see how it works? I'm like, if you want it though, I'll make a video though, let me know. And I'll make a video together. If you want it, if you like it. It's like, nah, who has time? Subscribe, like, thumbs up. I'll see y'all in the next one. Cannot promise when that'll be, but I live alone now, so I have more freedom and more space, and I miss doing my hair, so I'll probably have a hair video for y'all soon. Okay, if you made it to the end, good for you. Would you like me or something? You like me. That's cool, I get it. I like me too. I get it. I'll see you in the next one.